I'm going to leave this comment up while I speak here. But as you can see, the name is blurred out because I'll never do that. Unless somebody directly tells me, hey, I wanted to participate with you, like video-wise and stuff like that. Like, I'll say somebody like Jacob of Ephraim's name or like SJD's name or something like that. Because they're already making videos publicly, you know what I mean? They're already in the mix. We're out here together. Even though it feels very lonely sometimes, that's really not the case. So we'll refer to this young lady as Kay, and I wanted to have the email up while I spoke because I just felt like this was video worthy. As you can see, we exchanged a couple emails, and to answer the last question first, Kay, you're the only person so far that has contacted me through my email that I left on that video. If anyone noticed, which I doubt, but if anybody noticed, there was a moment when the video that I put up on YouTube was set to private, and that video is gone off of TikTok. That's because I left out a very important point that I wanted to make during that video, and also I said the date wrong. I said 2023 at the beginning, and somebody brought that to my awareness on TikTok. And I really didn't want to leave it like that, and I felt like because I had already noticed that I left something important out, that I only have 12 minutes to record. I just cleared all my storage space out. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not going to be 12 minutes with this one anyways. But, there's going to be a lot of conflicting things that I say in the public videos and especially in the private videos if anybody, lets me know to send them to them. That it's going to conflict with other information that you may hear and stuff like that because some things I feel like were just put out there to become roadblocks for people because they sounded believable. So if you thought something was an issue, then you would believe it was an issue, and then right from the gate, it was an issue. So a lot of things have to be just swiped out the way, just got rid of. With that being said, I'm going to call it a course. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a preacher. I don't give any type of advice, no life advice, no health advice, no financial advice. I don't give any type of advice. This is my platforms that I'm expressing my feelings, opinions, beliefs, thoughts, however you want to look at it. I'm not responsible for what any adult does. And if you're not an adult, if you're under the age of 18, then you're not welcome here anyways because I click no, this is not made for kids on every video whenever I upload it. So with that being said, enter at your own risk. So the course is going to be an astral projection course. I haven't really came up with an official name for it. But there's not a scheduled date anyways for like a web seminar or anything like that. This is going to be coming in steps and increments, and I'm going to allow people to come along with me in the process as I'm doing it anyways. So this astral projection course has no cost. There's no charge whatsoever. But I do want to say that I accept donations. I accept support from the public because currency, money is energy. I couldn't, if I started trying to explain the way that I see the energy that I'm putting into anybody who participates with me, it would sound, you know what I mean? Like that wouldn't do me any favors with anybody watching if I started expressing what I feel like I'm putting into it with anyone who comes along. This being said, I want to point out that I'm not claiming to have any sort of abilities above any other person or anything like that. I truly, truly credit my ability to share this with you as obsessive behavior and obsessive behavior of seeking in this matter. And shout out to John Keane from the Best Damn Podcast. I seen last night he put up, he did a 2.5 hour live stream on the gateway process. Now, I suggest anybody go and just kind of watch his presentation that he did live last night with that because he goes over it, he reads it verbatim, and he has a to me, a relatable perspective on what he's reading. So I would like to say that goes hand in hand with this. It's funny how some of us just seem to hit the same exact frequency and start on the same things at the same time. I'm not going to get into the actual gateway process or any of those documents or anything in these videos, but I will say that it would be very helpful for somebody to listen and obtain that from somebody who's breaking it down for you. You could go download the PDFs and stuff like that, but you know what I mean? It gets discouraging to try to go through. It's a lot to look at. So I suggest that the Best Damn Podcast, John Keane, shout out, man. We're on the same. There's very synchronized topics there, so I highly suggest anybody who willing to take the time to go listen to what he said last night. It's 2.5 hours long, but it's worth it. And he's not messing around neither. That's the good thing. It's 2.5 hours of, that's how much information is there. And he's not like he went through all of it or covered it all or anything like that. Like you could go into, each paragraph deeper and deeper and take up 2.5 hours with no problem and not just be blowing hot air. It's so hard to perceive that it has to be put into a simple concept to where, like, I overthink everything a lot, but I've realized with this that it just is what it is. It is what it is. You guys could do this. And it isn't a bad thing. This is how we start taking our power back one step at a time. Do I think that my astral projection course is going to change the world overnight? Maybe. But that's not my expectation right now. If we want to fight back, we don't fight back against flesh and blood. Where there's nobody to go out in the street and punch and make the world a better place. You understand what I'm saying? Or other ways. Like there's things that we have to do that just seem ridiculous. And they're not. Astral projection with galactic protection in a place where facts get deflected but no need to mention. Stay up.